Hi everyone, it's Weister here. Let's get straight to the topic. So recently while playing Black Desert Online, I had a conversation with my guildmates about story in games. And I expressed that I'm not so much into stories in games. I would rather skip stories in all games. It's not about story being good or bad, but just in general, I'm not into stories. And my guildmates expressed surprise and to some extent even confusion. So I thought maybe I should talk about it. Why I'm not interested in stories, at least in games. I understand that most games are built on a story. I do understand that many people are interested in a story. They do care about it, and it can be even one of the main criteria to them. But to me, it's something I really don't care about. And I would even go as far as to say that I wish stories were completely skippable. So, for example, I'm not talking about a story where you constantly have to keep spamming skip, and like this maybe for tens of hours. I do understand that the developers and so on, they were working hard on their story, but if they already made it basically skippable, then why not let the players who are not interested in their story or any story just skip it entirely all at once? How I would prefer is that you can just choose in the beginning if you want to completely skip the story. Maybe just go through some tutorial or whatever, and that's it. This would be the best for me. There are a few games where I tried to follow the story, and I would say it wasn't bad, but still, I didn't get so into it. And whenever I tried to follow it, I usually gave up quite soon. I just want to get into the action. I want to create my own story. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not into stories, because I like freedom. Whenever I was interested in a game, it was never because of a story. It was always something else, for example, combat or whatever. And these kind of things are the most important to me in games, to have freedom. So, things that matter to me a lot is being able to have freedom, being able to customize my character. So it all starts with character creator. If I have character creator, it means I can already create a character that I want to play, not that I have to play some pre-made character. Another thing is overall to have customization options and so on. So, for example, outfits that I'm able to mix and match, and that I can still customize my character in the game, and also to customize my combat build. I guess a very good example is Path of Exile. Of course, this is a bit extreme example, but basically because it has a huge skill tree, you have so many options about the build you want to create. And this kind of thing I really like a lot. And also, for example, to be able to build in an open world, like in games, for example, Enshrouded or Conan Exiles. In such games, I do really enjoy building. I think it's just really fun to be able to create my own world, to be able to create my own character, to be able to basically create my own story. This is what it's all about to me. When it comes to story, it's just bothersome to me that I have to follow through something that I just cannot start creating my own story. I cannot get into the action. I cannot interact with the world the way I want to interact. But I have to maybe follow quite linear path. Well, sometimes stories do give you multiple options, but either way, it's quite limiting to me. And especially in online games, you usually cannot pause the game, or if you exit the cutscene, then you have to start from beginning or whatever. This is just something that kinda annoys me. I don't see anything good about it. I wish I could just skip it entirely and be done with it. And overall, how I feel about stories is that First of all, if I really want to see a story, I would rather watch a movie or a series or whatever, because I have anyway never been into anime or such stuff. I always prefer real actors anyway. But another thing is that when it comes to stories, they also tend to usually go a certain way. They just start in a certain way. There are only a few options. Then they progress in a certain way, and then usually, at least almost all the time, story has a good ending. I would say to some extent it's getting quite repetitive after you have seen so many movies or series or whatever, because games do have similar way to tell a story, and this doesn't really make me so excited to go through it. I would say it's rather just bothersome. And whenever I did follow through a story in a game, it actually also bothers me when my character has, let's say, limited amount of options, how they can react to something, how they can act, what's going to be their decision on something. Basically, they are making choices that maybe to me it doesn't make sense at all. I would want them to make a totally different choice. Again, it's maybe like a little bit annoying or cause some frustration, because if it doesn't make sense to me, then I cannot relate to it. I cannot maybe connect to it. But in games, I want to feel more connected to my character. I want to feel like I am that character basically. And this is something that will not happen if I don't feel that I can relate to my character's decision at all or whatever. And these were basically my reasons why I'm not into story. I prefer games that give me as much freedom as I can. They just give me everything that I need to create my own story and just let me do it my own way. But that's about it for today. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. Can you relate to anything I said, or you completely disagree, or so to say, you have completely different preferences? Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.